Ani ng Dangal with the theme of Sining ng Pag-asa by 7 Campos. And here, we'll show you some Filipino artists. First, we have the artist Juan Luna.
Juan Luna de San Pedro Buenavicio Anchieta, our first star of the day, was a Filipino painter, sculptor, and political activist during the Philippine Revolution in the late 19th century. He was born in the Philippines and lived in the United States. He rose to prominence as one of the country's first internationally recognized artists.
Here is a sample artwork of Juan Luna.
La muerte de Cleopatra. The death of Cleopatra, in Spanish, La muerte de Cleopatra, also known simply as Cleopatra. It is an 1881 painting made by the Filipino painter Juan Luna. The painting was a silver medalist or second prize winner during the 1881 National Exposition of Fine Arts in Madrid.
And now, may I present you the award-winning piece by Juan Luna.
The Spoliarum painting, a painting of dying gladiators. The image depicts a scene of devastation in a Roman circus, in which dead gladiators are stripped of their weapons and garments.
Let's find out what contribution or influences the artist has in the art industry.
His work is remembered as a major example of Romanticism and Realism schools of art. Juan was more than just an artist. He was a revolutionary and influential political activist who was a key figure in the late 19th century Philippine Revolution.
Moving on to our second star of the day, Benedicto Cabrera.
Cabrera, also known as Ben-Cap in the Philippines, is a prominent figure in the local contemporary art scene. He earned his fine arts degree from the University of the Philippines in 1963, studying under Jose Hoya. His paintings, sketches, and prints have been exhibited throughout Asia, Europe, and the US. His four-level Ben-Cap Museum on Asin Road features an eclectic collection of indigenous artifacts, personal works, and paintings by contemporary Filipino artists.
Here is Benedicto Cabrera's sample of his work.
Sabel in Drill. Sabel is a major subject that recurs through Ben-Cap's work through the decades. Inspired by real-life scavenger, he photographed and sketched in 1965. The Sabel image has become the artist's vehicle for transmission of intensely emotional moods. When pushed to the limits of abstraction, the Sabel image served as fertile ground for the investigation of shape and structure.
Introducing an award-winning piece by Benedicto Cabrera.
Studies of Cebu. It was awarded the title of National Artist of the Philippines for Visual Arts Painting in 2006. Ben-Cap is considered arguably the best-selling painter of his generation of Filipino artists, according to the New York Times.
Let's find out what the artist's contribution or influence is in the art industry.
Benedicto Cabrera is one of the best Filipino painters. In 2006, he was named National Artist of the Philippines for Visual Arts or Painting. He has been noted as arguably the best-selling painters of his generation of Filipino artists.
Last but not the least, Guillermo Tolentino.
He was a Filipino sculptor and professor of the University of the Philippines. He was designated as a National Artist of the Philippines for Sculpture in 1973, 3 years before his death.
Here is an example of his masterpiece.
The Oblation Statue. The Oblation is known as a pahinudgot or oblation in Filipino. It is a concrete statue created by artist Guillermo Tolentino, a member of the Philippines National Artists that served as the University of the Philippines emblematic symbol. He is facing upward with his arms outstretched, symbolizing the service offering of oneself to the union represented by this image.
Let's now see the award-winning piece of Guillermo Tolentino.
The Bonifacio Monument, a memorial monument in Caloocan, Philippines, to commemorate Philippines revolutionary Andres Bonifacio, the founder and supremo of the Katipunan.
Here are the contribution and influences on the art industry by Guillermo Tolentino.
Our last star of the day, Guillermo Tolentino, contributed in the modern-day Filipino art and also gave life to other landmarks that now admired and visited by tourists that made many jobs and influenced many young artists to be as good as the award-winning and world-class Filipino artist Guillermo Tolentino.
Thank you for taking the time to listen and comprehend. Hope you learned from us.